Once upon a time in a town nestled between rolling hills and a sparkling lake lived a super cool white cat named Snowflake. Now Snowflake wasn't your ordinary feline. Oh, no more. She had a heart full of bravery, a spirit of adventure, and most importantly, a super clever brain. One day as Snowflake was strolling through the town, she came across a big, tall fence. On the other side, she could hear some sad animal noises. As she got closer, she noticed it was a zoo. But not just any zoo. This place was a dump. The cages were dirty, the animals looked sad, and their enclosures were way too small. And as the sun began its journey down, casting long shadows on the ground, Snowflake decided she couldn't just stand by and watch. No more, sir. She had to do something to help those poor animals. So under the cloak of moonlight, when the zoo was fast asleep, except for the animals, of course, Snowflake began her mission. With nimble paws, she pushed open the latches one by one, freeing the birds from their tiny cages. Their sweet song filled the night as they soared into the sky, their wings a blur in the darkness. Next, she untied the ropes of the horse's enclosure, one by one. The majestic animal stepped out, shook its mane, and galloped away into the night, its hooves barely making a sound. But as Snowflake made her way further into the zoo, the cages became trickier to open. Some had double locks, others had bars with no more handles. But this was no more match for our clever kitty. She used her paws to find the perfect leverage, her claws to pry open the stubborn latches, and her teeth to gnaw through the tough ropes. Each cage door that creaked open was like music to her ears. And then she heard it, a soft whimper followed by a loud roar. In the center of the zoo stood a massive lion pacing restlessly in its cage. Its eyes, two burning embers in the darkness, held a sadness that mirrored the lonely moon. Snowflake knew she had to help the big, but lion. So with a deep breath, she approached the cage, her tail held high, her eyes shining with determination. She pushed open the latch, and the moment that lion stepped out, it was like the sun had risen. Its eyes, now gleaming with happiness, held a gratitude that echoed in its rumbling purr. And as the first rays of sunlight touched the horizon, painting the sky with hues of gold and crimson, Snowflake stood back, watching as the freed animals disappeared into the forest, their cries of joy echoing around her. She had done it. All the animals were free because of her bravery. From that day on, Snowflake wasn't just a chat. She was a hero, a furry little legend who showed that even the smallest paw can make the biggest change. And as the townspeople strolled past the zoo, now filled with the sweet songs of birds and the playful laughter of children, they couldn't help but smile, knowing that somewhere beyond the tall fence, a fluffy white cat with eyes as blue as the summer sky was busy planning her next adventure.